Hello and welcome to Secrets of Organ Playing podcast.
This is a show dedicated to helping you become a better organist.
We're your hosts, Vidas Pinkevičius.
And Aušra Motuzaitė Pinkevičienė.
We have over 25 years of experience of playing the organ.
And we've been teaching thousands of organists online from 89 countries since 2011.
So now let's jump in and get started with the podcast for today.
We hope you'll enjoy it.
Hi guys, this is Vidas.
And Aušra.
Let's start episode 670 of Secrets of Organ Playing podcast. This episode is very special because this year we celebrate 10 years of Secrets of Organ Playing activities, right, Aušra?
Yes, and we are very excited.
So in this episode we thought we would basically review some of the highlights, maybe 10 highlights of those 10 years we've been active with Secrets of Organ Playing.
Because it's always fun to share our experience with you.
Yes, but first of all, we would like to thank all of our subscribers, fans and supporters for sticking with us for 10 years. It's been a terrific journey, right, Aušra?
Yes, and we appreciate your support and your help.
And your questions for the podcast, and your attention for our videos, and your feedback. We really appreciate all of that. And of course, 10 years is just the beginning, right? We plan to have even more exciting another decade for you. So stay tuned. So it all started in Christmas 2011 when I first started posting articles on our organduo.lt website about the basics of organ playing, how to sit on the organ bench, how to press the key or how to play the pedals, things like that. And remember, Aušra, first subscribers started coming in a week or two later, and some of them are still to this day.
Yes, that's wonderful.
And one of them is John Higgins from Australia. That's our first highlight. It happened in 2016 that he came to play a recital at our church, Vilnius University St. John's Church. I thought this was really exciting thing to mention during this conversation, because it shows that John Higgins, an amateur organ player who actually wasn't even studying organ professionally for many years, right? He had a gap of not touching any instrument for many years, and he is by profession a mechanical engineer, like a machine doctor at a power plant. And by studying from our courses, scores and training materials, he was able to actually prepare for this very strenuous organ recital at the largest pipe organ in Lithuania. And it went quite well.
Yes, it went quite well, and the audience appreciated his playing a lot. I remember when he played Waltzing Matilda, I liked that the most because it's Australian tune. It really went quite well, and I was really excited to see how actually our instructions really work.
Yes, and not only he started playing recitals in his church, like Christmas recitals, Christmas carols, and lessons and carols services. Basically, he is a very big part of his community. And when he took a trip recently during Christmas break to visit the family, suddenly his church realized how hard it is to find an organist in that area, and they started to realize his contributions, and I think they won't take him for granted after that.
Yeah, sure, because an organist, is really important figure.
So here is to John, and of course he started his YouTube channel following our examples, and now you can also visit and subscribe to his channel and look forward to his future uploads in 2022.
Yes, that's right.
Number 2 on our list is our concert trip to Stockholm, Sweden in 2017. We've been invited to perform a organ duet recital on the German church organ, Gertruden Church, basically. This is a German-speaking Lutheran congregation in the heart of Stockholm Old Town, and it houses a replica of the 17th century style organ, on which very important organ composer Duben, Andreas Duben, I think. Basically, I have to double check his first name. Wait a second. Andreas Duben, exactly. He was a Swedish Baroque composer and organist and worked in that church. And he was a Svelling student, very important one. So we played this wonderful music on that 3-manual instrument with short octave and split keys. We had to adapt our fingering. It was a very exciting journey, right, Ausra?
Yes, and very exciting, beautiful instrument. And the carvings on that instrument actually are made by the same master who also carved and decorated the famous Vases ship. And if you guys ever go to Stockholm, please go to Vases ship, because actually it was sunk, but now it's taken out from the sea, and the wonderful museum is built actually in that exact ship.
The Vasa Museum, yes.
It's fascinating, really. The most fascinating museum that I have ever been. It really makes a huge impression.
Number 3 on the list is for Ausra, right? Can you talk about it?
Yes, it was the year of 2018, the end of July, I believe. As Vidas and I visited, St. Paul's Cathedral in London. Actually, I was just recently released from the hospital, so was still not feeling quite well. And, London greeted us with enormous heat. It was like plus 36 degrees Celsius on the day of our arrival. And we had to play a recital at St. Paul's Cathedral. And, one night we were having a rehearsal in the church. It was really exciting, that vast acoustics and vast church, and really, really very impressive, place to visit and to be and to play. And after rehearsal, we had to leave the church through the basement where the security is located. And actually we got lost. And we were just wandering throughout, catacombs and seeing all kind of tombs and other interesting things. It was so dark and so scary. And I felt really tired, and I thought, if we will not find an exit, we will just have to lie down next to some coffin and, to spend the night. But luckily we finally found, an exit, and were able to go back to our hotel to sleep.
One upsetting thing about this recital was that they didn't allow to record any videos.
Yes, yes.
So we only recorded audio.
But still, we have something to remember.
Yeah. Number 4 on the list is my highlight, I think. Yeah, so from 2019, late winter, early spring trip to France, Alpe d'Huez. High in the French Alps, there stands a church, very modern built and looking church from the 20th century. And it houses German built but French style two manual instrument. I think it's a Kloiker organ. And wonderful acoustic in that modern church. It's around, I think, round building, so to say, with big tower, and the architecture of it reminds mountains because it's
Yes, it fits very well, the surroundings.
so we played a duet recital there with some solo pieces and improvisations, and we of course walked around the town. It's a ski resort town, so it was still possible to ski. We didn't ski, but we were too afraid, right? But we had nice hikes along the mountains.
We were saving our, hands and feet for organ recital, so.
Yeah, we were too cautious.
Because when we arrived to Alpe d'Huez, actually the first building that we saw was, the emergency room with X-rays. So we realized that people often, need really help, and assistance.
Okay, next.
Well, and let me just add quickly
Okay.
about Alpe d'Huez, about that famous organ. It's really famous because of its facade. It is shaped like a hand, and I think most of the organists and you hopefully have seen this instrument, because none instrument in the world has the look as this organ does.
Like a palm.
Yes, like a palm, like a God's hand.
It was designed by the late Jean Guillou, the great French organ virtuoso and composer. And even though it has only two manuals and pedals, it sounds like a cathedral instrument. It's so versatile.
Yes, so if you like to ski and you will be in Europe, in France, so please go and visit, that church. It's really worth to visit and to hear it.
Wonderful. So next item on our list is number 5 for Osha.
Yes, and it was our concert trip to Svenborg in the year of 2019, in the summer.
Where is Svenborg?
Well, in Denmark.
Okay.
And it's quite nice little town, full of really happy people.
Happy retired, probably.
Yes,
Danes.
happily retired Danes, and it's so interesting, so different from Lithuania. Because, for example, we arrived to Svenborg late at night. It was dark already, and we saw, full town full of people, laughing, going somewhere, for a walk, eating ice cream. And usually in that time in Vilnius, for example, you wouldn't see old people. And in Denmark, there were no young people at that time. There were all, elderly people enjoying themselves. So it was really nice.
But you were also sick at that time, right?
Well, actually, I got sick after our arrival. And by the time that, we had to play our recital, I was really not feeling well. I had high fever and really, really bad virus.
I even had to find a doctor for you.
Yes, that was a few days later.
To get some antibiotics.
Yes, when we were in Copenhagen. But actually, it was really good experience to play recital while being not feeling so well and being really sick. Because, when you usually play recital, you have sort of adrenaline and you feel anxious, and at that time I didn't feel any of that. I just had to focus really, really, really hard, to survive through that recital. But I think I played very well and it all went really well.
Yes, correct. We have a video of that, like evidence. So, number 6 is also yours, right, Ausra?
Yes, and actually it's ours, but when you guys are sending us all these wonderful questions, there was a period of time when there was a guy called Ugo Chukwu who sent us, quite a few questions.
Yes, his name made an impression to you.
Yes, very much. Ugo Chukwu is such a nice name. And now every time when somebody sends, us a question, I still miss, this name, Ugo Chukwu.
Yeah, he stopped showing up.
Yes, because it's really a nice name. Although I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it right.
Ugo Chukwu, if you are still listening, please...
Send us more questions because
Exactly.
we still miss you.
Yeah. Number 7 is Aushra's also item. Christmas with Bach recital from 2019. Why was this so special?
Well, it was really special because, so many people came to listen to that recital, and actually it went really well. Despite of, crying babies in the middle of a concert, we still have recording of that too. You can find it on our channels. And, so many people who we know came, also, our friends and relatives. It was so amazing, I was really so much surprised. We had all church actually crowded. And the thought that I had after this recital, I thought, everything went so well and so people came. I thought it shouldn't be a good sign, probably. Something really have to happen. I felt like this is the last recital that I'm doing in my life somehow. And, actually, it wasn't the last recital, but it was actually last live recital for a very, very long time, because actually pandemic hit us after this recital. So
You mean with live audience?
yes, with live audience.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, pandemic started, and for 3 months I think I couldn't go even to church. The church was closed. So,
yes, that's true.
yeah.
Although we were able, to go to Örebro, Sweden, and to play a recital in February the next
Just
year.
before that.
Just before the shutdown, lockdown.
Mm-hmm.
So
Excellent. Number 8 is item called 4-5 finger trills. Why was this special? Oh, because one subscriber reacted to one of the podcasts, I think, where we talked about how difficult it is to play fingers with 4 and 5 fingers on our organ, tracker organ at Vilnius University St. John's Church, with this difficult tracker mechanics. And he offered to come to us and play those trills with 4 and 5 fingers for himself, But then, just a couple of weeks before the trip, he canceled it and never showed up.
yes, I've just laughed a little bit. It reminded me, that famous competition between Bach and Marchand that never took place, actually, because the Marchand simply disappeared.
Yeah, this 4-5-3 fingers are very, very difficult to play fast on our organ. And you know why? Because the keys are very hard to depress, more hard than usual.
True.
Excellent. Number 9 on the list is Aushra's.
Yes. This was already during pandemic when we were on the lockdown. I noticed that every day when new boxes arrives to our home, the couriers, bring them, and Vidas is constructing something, very secretly. And this is how our Hauptwerk actually arrived. And Vidas kept, adding new keyboards every day.
But it wasn't like one package. It was like
Many.
packages a few weeks apart or a few days apart. And Osha was like, what's going on here? Right?
Yes, I already understood that something is happening that I might not like.
We already had, like a one MIDI keyboard, and Osha was used to that idea. We already tried Hauptwerk on one keyboard, single keyboard, and it was okay, right, for you. You started recording crepes, I think, on that keyboard. You were not so scared of that anymore, but as we all know, the biggest cost of having your Hauptwerk setup is pedals, obviously, pedal board. So when those packages started arriving, I always said, oh, it's just accessories to keyboards. Didn't say anything about pedals.
Yes,
or bench.
But we finally arrived, bench and pedals, and because at that time we were so scared of, Corona, because we still didn't know much about it, how bad it is, and how can you get infected really. So we would put all those boxes to our storage house first.
For quarantine.
Yes, for quarantine. So later we would just unpack them.
After 10 days.
Sure, or even more, I think, at the beginning. So it was fun.
Yeah, are you happy now with your Hauptwerk? That you have a recording studio at your house?
Yes, I'm actually very happy.
Right. Even though we have a pipe organ here too, but for recording purposes, obviously, Hauptwerk makes much fuller sound.
Sure.
And the last item on the list is what? Mine. Playing with portable keyboard. That's from 2021, from this year. It's a really recent discovery that you can actually bring your Hauptwerk with you anywhere. So I ordered this roll-up MIDI keyboard and we took it to our summer vacation to the coast of Baltic Sea, the town of Palanga. And there I played on the beach, on the bridge, on the fountain, on the bench in the park, I think everywhere, right?
Yes. At home you even played it on the roof.
Yes, Ave Maria on the roof. And
in the tree.
In the tree, exactly. It was so annoying for Osha, right? We would go for a walk, for our daily walk around the area in the woods. And instead of talking with Osha, I would, look out for suitable recording setups.
And I would have to film you while you're playing, actually.
Yes.
Record you.
One setup you didn't do is under the falling water.
Yes, waterfall. We have one, not a big one, but next to where we live.
So you still owe me that.
But it's really scary. I think you can get, killed by doing that.
After a roll-up keyboard proved not so comfortable for the hands, and it's really difficult to play polyphonic music. I bought a foldable or folding MIDI keyboard where you could just fold 4 octaves in half, and it's the size of a small like a 2-octave keyboard, which actually fits in a backpack.
Yes, and actually it became very useful because you already played, did a few events for the university.
Yes.
Vilnius University, and one of them actually was, award ceremony at their presidential palace. So you are making career.
Right. Yes, I went to a funeral with that keyboard. I went to the graduation ceremony, or not
That was the lawyers'
lawyers, yeah, lawyers
anniversaries, like a big
anniversary.
anniversary of the School of Law at Vilnius University.
Again, I played around the house, and now when I'm looking around through the window, it's snowing so nicely. I should go and play outside.
In
Some
the
Christmas
snow?
music, yeah, Christmas hymns. Or
I don't
something.
think the keyboard would appreciate, the snow falling on it.
When it stops, maybe it's so white, like white Christmas.
Yes. This year we have really nice Christmas, cold weather and lots of snow.
But not too much like last year.
Yes.
For now, right? We don't know what's ahead of us.
Sure.
Excellent. So that was our highlights of 10 years of Secrets of Organ Playing. Again, thank you so much for sticking with us during this journey. Thank you to our subscribers, fans, supporters, team members, people who transcribe these podcasts, people who transcribe scores from the video fingering and pedaling, Buy Me a Coffee supporters, Total Organist members, people who donated us through PayPal over the years. All of your help is greatly appreciated. Everyone is so dear to us. People who send us questions, who share our posts and watch our videos and share with their friends. Really, really great to have you in our community. Thank you so much. We really like to help you grow in your organ playing journey as well.
And we wish you a very happy and healthy 2022 year. And of course, we all hope that pandemic soon will be over and we will have many nice life experience with an organ.
Yes, and here is to another decades of Secrets of Organ Playing from 2022. This was Vidas.
And Ausra.
And remember, when you practice,
miracles happen.
This podcast is supported by Total Organist, the most comprehensive organ training program online.
It has hundreds of courses, coaching and practice materials for every area of organ playing. Thousands of instructional videos and PDFs. You will not find more value anywhere else online.
Total Organist helps you to master any piece, perfect your technique, develop your sight reading skills, and improvise or compose your own music and much, much more.
Sign up and begin your training today at organduo.lt and click on Total Organist. And of course, you will get the first month free too. You can cancel anytime.
If you like our organ music, you can also support us on Patreon and get free CDs.
Find out more at patreon.com/secrets of organ playing.